Hey, what gamers back with another video. You're in Resident Evil 6 Jake's campaign. Got one more campaign to go through then, go through Resident Evil Revelations 2. And I'll be done for a bit. Move on to the movies to fill out my channel, Shin Game Reviews. Film reviews, right? Gotta do more videos on my channel. It's only have one video I did 7 months ago. That'll be 8. How? Okay. And, well, it's still here, but there actually are some people that actually do enjoy Resident Evil 6 a bit. Well, yeah, it's definitely not a great game, I can understand that, but it's not that bad either. I mean, a lot of people hated Resident Evil 5 because they thought it was racist. A bit offensive and stuff. Since it wasn't like a village in a African country. Speaking of which, now I think about it, no, really, like I said, we don't get one mention of Claire in this game so far, as far as I know, by Chris. But there's no mention of Jill. Like, it's been 3 years since the events of Resident Evil 5. So at least a question, what happened to Jill? Well, we got a bit of a prequel story for Resident Evil 5 in Revelations, which is set a couple months before the events of the game, with Jill and Chris, both the antagonists, with 2 new characters who end up dying. I think. It's been a while, so I can't remember. So, like seriously, I do not know why. There's no single mention of Jill. She's nowhere in the game. 3 years it's been since Resident Evil 5. Obviously, it took her time to recover from that. Obviously, it took her time to recover from being brainwashed for a few years. Oh, what? Like, seriously, what the hell happened to her after that? It's been a long-standing mystery. But now, thanks to the recent Death Island movie, we've actually got information on what exactly happened to her. Except before the events of Resident Evil 7. Actually, I think it's set for RE6. It's by Chris's outfit. Yes, well, Chris appears in Resident Evil 7. Of course, I'll pass out to here. Anyway, enough distraction, let's get into the story. So we open up in the same place. We open up in a familiar looking place. This is where of course, Chris's team in the VSAE were here. So this takes place. So we start the game 6 months before the events of Resident Evil 6. So before the mission in China, before the death of the president. So this is before the C virus spread. But the US government heard court whispers a bit. Anyway, introduced to Jake, properly introduced to Jake Muller, who's played by Troy Baker, great actor. And he ends up injecting himself with a syringe. I was in to see Sherry Birkin. Seeing some some bugs inject themselves with the bug change. As Jake just doesn't, the stuff doesn't even work on Jake. And she's saying this to someone who's coming in. And that man's become one of the affected. I can understand why Resident Evil went with a more action direction. And I can understand that. Capcom wanted, they didn't want to low sales figures. And horror was one of the popularity of the time, so they did what they could to make the series survive in the 2000s. I can understand that. Resident Evil is known for survival horror, but you can create action spin-offs. There's nothing wrong with that. Main series can be horror and spin-offs can be action. You can do all kinds of genres. I just think it could work. Yet, still, Resident Evil never works in live action. Because they never understand what the fuck makes it work. They don't understand what the hell makes it work. And now we got a new movie in development. Well, when that actually comes out, let's hope it'll be better. But, most of our hosts like this. Very small. I'm sure yours is too. But anyway. Okay, Jake easily brings up the zombie. They meet Sherry for the first time. So mostly Sherry was on a mission to find him. And she's after his blood. Saying he can save the world. The more zombies approach, two end up going on a shoot. I think it makes sense why Sherry was sent on this mission. I completely forgot about her, that she's technically not normal. But we'll get to that when we get there. Anyway. Sherry tries to do so, but not exactly time for that. So two are not working together. Didn't help. Then, J-Balin, they come across a giant creature, the Z-Virus, but basically it's a tyrant-like figure, and is going to be chasing you throughout the game. The tyrant and Nemesis worked in RE2 and 3 because those were horror games, and you don't know when it'll come out, and that will definitely give you a good jump scare. But this is more of an action approach game. Something I forgot to mention in my review on my part one. But when you're in a mansion, it definitely feels a bit more like an old Resident Evil game with a horror aspect. The building's dark, zombies are crawling everywhere, you don't know where they are. So, I give credit to that. Anyway, Jake makes informs Jake on why they need him. His blood contains the antibodies to cure the Z-Virus. Now basically, he has the power to save, his body can save the world. He says he'll do it for $50 million. Nice to get the hell out there. I'm trying to escape, they basically run into Chris. So, yeah. I really hope Sherry makes a comeback someday in Resident Evil games. Like, seriously, this was her only appearance after Resident Evil 2. The remake does not count, that's a remake, so it doesn't count. I definitely do need a shave. So I share it. So It's a shame. She's just a shame she hasn't come back since. Don't tell me he's back upstairs again. I literally shut the door and let him out. Seriously, I know I let him out. And then also shut the door. Now he's back upstairs. Ugh. Stupid Shannon. So the same dialogue I mentioned in the previous one. There's an attack by Light Monster. They all work together to defeat it. Chris and I call him the Chopper Flam. Yeah. So to self. As you know, that will affect Chris for a few. This event will affect Chris for 6 months for the mission in China. Is what led them? You know what like I said, what led Sherry to China? As remember, don't forget in part 1, she said she worked directly under Simmons. So most likely he sent them there to keep them close so he can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Anyway, the plane ends up being attacked by the wannabe tyrant. The helicopter ends up crashing. The man should jump out in parachute. But Sherry is hit with one of the projectiles and is stabbed in the back. Jake doesn't know what to do, but Sherry just tells him to move it. He literally moves it. As the wound on Sherry's back heals. Of course, he asks what the hell's going on. She said it was a long story, and we know from Resident Evil 2 that's when her father was after her, don't forget. They should have just run a test on her, but she said they did. Her blood wasn't basically her blood cannot save anyone. Mostly because the materials are different from the viruses. Which makes sense. Don't forget, Sherry was infected with the T virus. Sherry has connection to the T virus. The C virus is wholly different. And by a different version of Umbrella, different company. I'll be honest. I'm curious to know, was Wesker always a dick? Don't be curious now. Was he what? I'm curious for an Albert Wesker prequel game. Just discover his life prior to the events of the series. You know what led him to what he became today, and led him to meet with Umbrella. Capcom, come on, give us a Wesker prequel. I'm curious to know Wesker's past. What made him into the man he was. See the movies trying to make him a little more sympathetic. Well, the Vulcan Raccoon City movie trying to make him seem a little sympathetic. Well, I don't think that works. They also seem to make him a little more sympathetic. It's more in the live Netflix series where they cast him with a black actor. Even though he's a fucking white man. But it's happened to be a villain and kind of seems racist. They deliberately cast a black actor in the role that's a villain who was always a white man. So it's kind of offensive. Kind of a racist thing. Probably not, but still. They end up Sherry ends up losing the data on Jake, so he decided to look for it. Right, so after finding the data cards, the 3 of them, they end up in a cabin. Sherry reveals a bit about her dad. You know? So we already know from Resident Evil 2. So, yeah. It's been a good moment between the two. It makes me wish they just made an entire Resident Evil game just focusing on these 2. I don't know why they didn't do that. That was actually a really good idea. Sherry gets us time to spotlight. This is a good campaign. Better than the others. The others campaign is just take down the bad guy who's incredibly insane. Second one is just Chris overcoming the memories of his death across 6 months. I'm not sure what Ada's campaign, so I can't comment on that one yet. And the tap some. And the thing that again, they end up in a cave. And they get a key card from that same bin again. Again, they escape. The bin's still chasing them now. Yeah, no, they had to drill him to the freaking wall. Seems like that did it. Well, get to the other side, get to the rendezvous point. They end up being ambushed by more bugs. And the tyrant bin is still alive, too. And of course, they end up getting captured with Ada revealing to, with the blue dress Ada revealing to Jake, well, his dad, Albert. You know, Wesker. That bastard. Makes me wish we got an Albert Wesker prequel game. Again, that's an idea that could work. A prequel to focus on Albert Wesker becoming the character he is today, what led him to his decisions. I'm curious about it. Anyway, back to that. I do Wesker. Anyway. They ended up being trapped in China for 6 months. But they managed to break out and steal some data. And they have also let us know her employees, her employer, basically her boss and stuff, about their location. And there's other already in China. You know, rendezvous point. So, to escape. But still being hunted. They have a pretty cool escape too on a motorcycle. They was trying to rescue Banks to help from Chris. Of course, Chris is not on a good mindset technically right now at this point, as we know from this campaign. So he's out for revenge against Ada for now. And they get escape Balan more times, and that's still a thing again. They managed to get out. Managed to go to elsewhere. They ended up coming across a plane crash where they went to Leon and Helena, leading the same cutscene from their campaign. So, yeah. Simmons will be able to Simmons and stuff. And then I get separated after Balan that time and again. They mean the Simmons is going to take place in the Quan Lon building. Of course, Leon made a brief detour with how the person go to with Chris. So, yeah. To battle some. Jerry's still bothered about the whole thing about Simmons, and she gets Jake to make a promise to her. No matter what happens, he has to run away. So to eventually arrive at the Quan Lon building. But Simmons reveals his true nature. As Leon and Hannah go to face him, Shane and Jake end up getting captured again. They're literally just being 6 months in captivity, and not too long later, they get captured again. Like, I thought we had been doing it, but not in the warehouse. Jesus Christ. I don't know. So the duo. So yeah. They actually wake up in the oil rig. And they're Sherry apologizes to Jake again on the mess, but Jake says that it's not her fault. She's just doing what she thought was right. Just following orders. Makes me wish we had a much longer story for these characters, because I want to see more of Jake's growth. It's not a bit of a dick, but he and Sherry sort of grow a bond, as they kind of are connected in a way. Anyway, Let's see how they get their weapons back. Oh, what the hell? I don't know why I got a pin in my arm for some reason. I don't know. I was fine this morning, but just, I don't know. Anyway, after skimming through the weapons, they wanted to Chris and Piers. Yeah, you saw this cutscene already. You saw this already. I already mentioned it in my previous video. I think you can put any campaign order. Hopefully, Eidos will be definitely the last one for me to review. We'll move on to Revelations and then done for the day. Well, and focus on the freaking movies. I was supposed to focus on the CGI movies at least before Resident Evil 7. Some say 7's bad, but I don't think so. It brought horror back to the franchise and told a different story. It focused on a brand new character. So anyway, usual arrogance when they split up. Blah blah. So, anyway, the two end up having another battle against that tyrant. I'm just going to go with Tyrant 2. It actually ends with a freaking fist fight. I am not joking. Jake literally punches the shit out of it. So after that, my teammate way to escape. Of course, it still won't go down. 10 speed. They managed to finish off one last shot. Eventually escaped. Sometime later, to go their separate ways, and the UN and the government's going to keep Jake's relationship with his father a secret. He's Wesker's son. So most likely his last name is Mueller because his mother's name was Mueller. So he took his mother's maiden name, Jake Mueller Wesker. Well, I have two last names. I have a double pop last name, as you can tell, Hill and Carter. But my mother's maiden name was Hill. My dad's Carter. My mother now goes by Clark for some reason. I don't know why she never brought it back to Hill. I'm just saying, that's weird. But yeah, it's just a combination. My last name's just a combination of two names. I got my middle name, it's Robert. Roberto. Sorry. He's definitely not Robert. So yeah, two go their separate ways. A bit of a friendship between the two. But again, I just feel like Jake's development's kind of rushed. If we had a whole game just on these two, it could have developed a lot better than just being a single campaign. It just being one of 4 campaigns. But I digress. Anyway, that ends the story of Jake's campaign in Resident Evil 6. Last but not least is Ada 1's campaign. Hope to see you then. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy my content. Please want to see more? Subscribe to the channel, look at the channel, and see you guys later for more Resident Evil. Shin Megami Games out.